Do you find yourself doing a mental pain inventory the moment you wake up? Maybe you're checking each area of discomfort, rating it, analyzing it, and before you even get out of bed, you're exhausted from all this monitoring. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Today I'm sharing three fresh perspectives from people who discovered a different way forward. But before we dive in, if you find this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe. It helps others find this channel who might need this information too. Greetings. It's nice to see you again. And those here for the first time, you're very welcome. Today, I'm going to be first introducing you to Frida, whose story might resonate with many of you. At 47, this nurse practitioner found herself dealing with persistent oral facial pain after a dental implant. This unusual condition can cause ongoing pain in the mouth, jaw, and in the face, and often feels like a deep aching pressure. The constant facial discomfort affected everything in Frida's life, from speaking with patients to enjoying meals with her family or just engaging in conversations with her neighbors. And she recalled that every morning I'd wake up and immediately start checking my pain levels. As a healthcare provider, I thought tracking everything was the right approach. But one day her daughter changed her perspective during their Sunday mom and daughter time. She said while working on a jigsaw puzzle together, her 12-year-old asked why she's always touching her face before doing anything. This innocent observation struck home. I realized I was spending more time monitoring my pain than living my life, Frida shared. The turning point came during a staff meeting. A colleague mentioned how she stopped wearing her fitness tracker. And many of people wear, I myself wear a Fitbit tracker, and I know some people wear an Apple one, and there's many other brands. But the reason that the colleague stopped wearing hers was because she was obsessing over steps, and it was making her enjoy walking less. When Frida heard that, something clicked for her. She was doing the same thing with her pain. She began focusing on what she could do each day rather than how she felt. Instead of logging pain levels, I started noting moments of connections with my patients, she explained. It transformed my work life. Like Frida, Chrissy discovered that shifting focus could change everything. At 58, this historical archivist at a university lived with complex regional pain syndrome, or CRPS, and it's a condition that causes severe, persistent pain that's much more intense than what you'd expect from the original injury. For Chrissy, it meant intense burning sensations and sensitivity in her right arm, where even a light touch or breeze could trigger waves of burning pain. I used to track every flare-up, every trigger, she remembered. My spreadsheets were detailed enough to be doctoral research. The irony wasn't lost on her. She was archiving her pain just like she archived historical documents. The change began during a coffee date with a retired psychology professor. She asked me what I'd do with all the time I spent documenting my pain, Chrissy shared. And it was hours each week, time I could spend on medieval manuscripts I loved. She started leaving her pain diary at home and instead focused on the fascinating documents she worked with. When I'm absorbed in a 500-year-old text, my brain has better things to do than inventory my symptoms, she explained. Penny's journey echoes these discoveries. At 33, this stationery store owner struggled with migraine headaches. Those are the severe throbbing headaches, that are often accompanied by nausea, sensitivity to light and sound, and also sometimes there's visual disturbances called auras that threaten to overwhelm her creative business. I've had apps tracking my pain levels, triggers, and medications, she recalled. My phone had more pain tracking apps than social media ones. The turning point came while arranging a display of gratitude journals in their front window. Her best friend, helping with the display, suggested using one herself, not to track the pain, but to note daily moments of joy in her shop. It felt weird at first, Penny shared, but focusing on customer smiles when they found that perfect card or watching someone get excited about a new journal, it changed my whole day. She found that being present with her customers naturally drew her attention away from constant symptom checking. So now, instead of tracking pain levels, she said, I track the number of people I've helped find the perfect gift. It's amazing how that shift changed everything. So, what these three discoveries that the people found in their own lives, and it aligns with fascinating brain research about attention and pain. When we constantly monitor pain, we strengthen those neural pathways, making them more sensitive over time. However, when we redirect our focus to meaningful activities, we can actually build new neural pathways that support comfort and engagement. And that's the neuroplasticity that I often talk about in my videos about retraining our brain. And so here are some ways to shift from symptom tracking to life tracking, inspired by our three stories. First, try Frida's approach of noting meaningful connections instead of pain levels. Whether it's a good conversation or a moment of helping someone, these become your new daily markers. Or consider Chrissy's strategy of immersion in absorbing activities. When you're genuinely interested in something, your brain naturally shifts focus from internal monitoring. Finally, take a page from Penny's book and create a joy journal. Note the small victories and pleasant memories that fill your day, and no matter how brief they might be, or no matter how small or tiny, it may be that you see that some joyous thing out on the street where a senior woman drops something and a young teenager picks it up and hands her her cane. I've seen that. So breaking free from constant pain monitoring isn't about ignoring your body. It's about choosing where to direct your precious attention. Each person's journey will look different, but as our three stories show, there's freedom in letting go of the need to track every sensation. So it's bye for now, and I'm wishing you a comfortable week.